Hey guys, welcome back to Amal Works webcam. So I just kind of put together a little project, mostly vibe coded. Yeah, you can say mostly vibe coded, and yeah, it's running and it's great. What is the project called? It's called Amal Voice Assistant. Um, there will be a reel. I have already made a reel rather, which is this conversation here. Showing how it works. So check that out. But this is more of a longer form, the technical details behind it. So before we get to that, let's just do a demo. Connect.
Hey there, I'm Cala, your friendly virtual assistant. How may I help you today?
Hi there, Cala. Can you just run me through my schedule for today?
I'd be happy to help with that. Could you please spell out my name for me? I just want to make sure I have it right.
Cala.
Got it. Thanks for clarifying. To show you your schedule, I'll need to know the time range you'd like me to look at for today. Could you please tell me the start and end times?
The whole day.
Here's your schedule for today, December 20th, 2025, morning events. Doom, scrolling on Instagram at 4:30. Stare at myself in the mirror at 5:30.
Yeah, you get it. But as you can see, there are some issues. I don't know if that's prompt engineering or something more um, more deeper than that. But I think it's prompt engineering. Probably need to change my prompt. Sometimes it does kind of like say, "Oh, how do you spell my name for me?" Like that's so random. What? Um, but other times it's gets right to it, which is yeah. I actually took multiple attempts before I got right to it. So yeah, there's still a little bit of work to be done, but it does interface with my Google Calendar and grab my events. If I could show you that. So I made some dummy events for today. I don't do any of these. Uh, I don't actually do any of doom scrolling, whatever, all this random stuff. This actually took me a while to come up with, so I'm not the most creative person. Um, but that's enough with the showcase. Um, let's just get into how it all works. I don't know which parts I can show you. Some parts are like secretive, and so on. Secret keys and all of that stuff. I'll try not to show any secret keys. I think the rest will probably be fine. And of course, it's always good practice to rotate anything secretive afterwards. Uh, yeah. So this is the ElevenLabs page, and this is their agent. Yeah, I guess their agents platform, as they call it, agents platform. And I've created this agent. Oh man, this is my school email. I use my school email because I think at some point there was like a student deal, but I don't even know if that's still running. I have used up almost all my credits just throughout all these demos, and I don't think I have money to be paying and all that. But anyway, click on the agent window, and here's like the system prompt for the AI. I used Gemini. This one. I have a lot of tabs open. I use this one, this Gemini chat conversation here to put the system prompt together. I don't know, system and prompt engineering. It's very interesting. This it's not really an exact science, so I don't know if this is the best method. I don't think anyone knows the best method. They just have methods that improve on each other. Like, oh, use this word. The AI responds much better to it. I'm like, what? How does that? Where's that coming from? And like, it's just so subjective and experimental, and very what's the word I'm looking for? Very undeterministic. Yeah. But anyway, you have this page. I'm using Gemini 2.5 Flash. Um, the funny thing is, I actually wanted to. Oh wait, there's actually cheaper models. Probably go with something like that. I don't know if that changes the token usage and so on, but what was I getting at? So yeah, so I actually wanted to build it initially with like sort of bridge. I'll have a server, and the server will connect to the device via WebSocket, and audio would be streaming from ElevenLabs via an API to the server, and the server will stream it to the user, and so on, and all of that. But that's actually really complicated, really complex. So it would, it would, I don't know if was even the way to do it, and if it was possible. Uh, so I actually didn't go for that. I found out about ElevenLabs agent thing, and then I looked through the docs a little bit, how it works and so on. I have probably a Gemini window somewhere. Actually, not Gemini. Vibe coding over here using Google Antigravity, and this is what put the project together, I guess, to put the app together. Of course, when you're vibe coding, let me give you some advice. When you're vibe coding, know your stack. Know your stack so you can fix any issues and you understand what's going on. To be honest, I understood what was going on a little bit until I came across like quite a bit of issues. And there was also the fact that the ElevenLabs SDK slash library I was using is literally like a month old. it's literally fresh, bro. It's new. So this just released, and the project I wouldn't have been able to put it together. I'd have to use like React or something like that. They just made the Flutter library for basically just for the agents. I think I don't know if anything else works on it. And yeah, that's like the main interface. And there was a lot of config issues. Where, like the audio wasn't working. I remember when I was trying to use the iOS simulator, I could not get it to work. I don't know if it's the simulator's issue or just the iOS version of the app itself, but it was not running. But yeah, it was vibe coded into Gravity. Here's some of the code. I changed some stuff as required because sometimes vibe coding is not the best. But yeah, this is the Google tools. This is the setup for connecting with Google, and from the via the server using the Google Auth library, Google APIs library to do that. This is just like the helper service, and you have the main code, the auth URL. I still do this manually. I will, if I was to launch this as like a product or whatever, I'd I'd have to get like a database together, store. I'm not too sure what I need to store yet. Maybe like some OAuth token or something for every user, and then have accounts, of course, on the app side. Because right now the app does not have any accounts. It's just me. So if you were to use the app right now, it would connect. It's connected to my Google account on my calendar. Don't worry, it's in read-only mode for now, so you can only like see my events. Of course, that's still very sensitive stuff. Um, but yeah, kind of all over the place right now. Let me show you what I did on Google Cloud side to set up the whole API and everything. I am using a domain from an old project, so it's just a free domain that I wasn't using and I already paid for, so I just like, yeah, I'll just go with that. And what's actually happening is quite interesting. Is I'm using Cloudflare to create a tunnel, because the server is running on my computer, and I'm tunneling it to the internet via this URL, and then yeah, the server is accessible by the URL basically. So I didn't have to deploy it or launch it or anything. I will turn it off once I'm done with the project. I say done. I think, yeah, I guess done. I don't know if I'm going to take it anywhere. I don't even know if I'll put it on GitHub as well. It's kind of an easy project. Really fun though. And of course, I learned AI agent stuff, tool calling, and so on. And here, for example, is a webhook for the ElevenLabs Agents call whenever like the user asks for the calendar from the calendar. I'm trying this emails this calendar. Sorry, it grabs all the events from the calendar and just returns it to the AI. And yeah, I'll kind of show you quickly how that kind of setup goes. So you go to the website /auth. Was it this? And then yeah. Oh wait, sorry. That's not even my website. Seekers. There you go. /auth, and then it will ask you to connect. Oops, it's already connected. My bad. No, really, it'll ask you to connect your Google account to my what was it called? OAuth consent thingy, my OAuth app, and then that gives me permission to then query your Google Calendar. I was thinking to extend it to sending emails and creating events and so on. Right now, it only reads events, but yeah, it's a nice project. It's fun. You learn how to do OAuth a little bit. You learn a little bit about the Google Cloud console. And what else? I guess that's kind of it. I don't know, but it is quite interesting. And of course, I'm a Flutter guy, so I already know how to connect it to my phone, deploy it on the simulator. I already know how all of that works. So like just running and testing it out wasn't too big of an issue. So do know some of this stuff before vibe coding headfirst, and I already had everything installed and all of that. And any issues I came across, I kind of vaguely knew how I'd go about fixing it, which is always very important. Otherwise, you just get stuck, and you're stuck with the AI, who is basically a yes man, and he will continue to gaslight you to oblivion, talking from experience. But yeah, that was the app. What else is there to show? I don't know, this Cloudflare tunnel thing. Basically tunnel on my computer. I'm not going to click. There's somewhere I'll click and it'll show my IP, so I'm not going to do that. The library, I talked about that. Gemini, talked about that. Yeah, vibe coding and anti-gravity. It's so easy nowadays to put something like this together. It's so easy. I mean, you do still need technical know-how. I believe that. I truly believe that. So it's not something you can just like, oh, I'm just gonna do it and so on. But if you have at least that sort of basis of understanding, you can easily put something like this together. Very easy. Thank you. I don't know if anyone's gonna watch this far. Basically just yapped for like 14 minutes. Thank you for tuning in. See you guys.